This girl thinks. Hello, and welcome back or welcome to the This Girl Thinks podcast. Whoop whoop. This girl thinks a lot, like a lot. She's never had empty, no thoughts, and she doesn't plan to be, babes. She doesn't plan to be. She's got lots of ideas constantly brewing and opinions to spread. So grab your coffee, your tea, your whatever, and let's get chatty. Hi guys, it is me, your host, Caitlin Collette, the one and the only, babes, the one and the only. And if you haven't guessed by now, that little phrase has stuck with me since like middle school, one and only. Hence why my personal Instagram is one underscore of underscore a underscore kind underscore me, because I am one of a kind. It's quite funny, but it's true. And slay. I want to ask, how are y'all doing today? How are you doing? How are you feeling? What's the vibes? What's the tea? I know for me, I always feel a lot of the things. I am a feelings girly, and I have to accept that because I don't think it's gonna change. I don't think that's gonna change for me, vibes. Not anytime soon, at least. Anyways, but I hope y'all are doing good, or as good as you can be in these trying times. I've got a lot on my mind today. We are filming on a Friday, recording on a Friday. It is Friday, December 1st, so happy 1st of December. But like I said, I've got a lot on my mind today. I want to talk about delulu, delusion, family, and the games of hunger, the Hunger Games. I saw that last night with my brother, one of my brothers. I've got many brothers, if you did not know. But yeah, so let's just get right into it. First things first, I love my family. I really do. I don't know who I'd be. I don't know what I'd be doing without my family. My family of friends, like the different friend groups I have. My family, as my Grammy says, or she doesn't say that. She just recently got she gave my mom a one of those decorating thingy-majigs that says family. Oh, that's my laptop. This says family. Friends and family, or friends that something feel like family. I don't know, it says something of that sort. My grandparents were just here visiting us for the Thanksgiving holiday, that's a whole nother topic. Thanksgiving being a holiday still that's something else, vibes, because we all know what we think went down did not actually go down. And I think that now the general consensus, the general understanding of Thanksgiving is it has nothing to do, or in schools it does. In a lot of people's schools it does. It has a lot to do with pilgrims and the Native Americans, or the indigenous people that people still call Indians. They're not from India, so they are not Indian. But that's just my little humble opinion, vibes. It's not really my opinion. It's kind of... Anyways, I digress. But I think the general U.S. American consensus is that it's really just a time for people to get together with their family. It's a time that's already carved out within our schedules, our school schedules, our school calendars, work schedules, work calendars. A lot of our stores are closed for most of that weekend, unless it's Black Friday and that's but it's really just a time to put aside and get together with your family and friends and people that you love, your loved ones that you don't really get to see on a general basis, which if you look at it that way, I think it's quite beautiful. I just don't really love the fact that it stems from what I feel like is a make-believe of how things went in the way back when, and as if they went like super peacefully. But I think my current understanding of it's just a time that's already carved out in all of our calendars, and that's not generally understood, but like, yes, generally understood and accepted as a time to get together with your family and your friends who you don't get to see often. Because again, it's recognized nationally, so you don't have to request work off like for if you're requesting work. Well, you don't typically, if you work like a 9 to 5. I had to request work off because I work a little part-time job. We love it here. We do. But anyways, I digress, describing and talking about how that became what it is. Y'all know, I like family. I like to get together with my family. Even though we're all different people, we have a lot of different opinions, a lot of different ideas. It's really cool we all get together and just be people together. But I did have a lot of fun. My grandparents were here for a whole week, and we went up to Lake Conroe. No, we did not go. We went to Canyon Lake. There was a resort up there that my grandparents had points for. So we were in like, not a cabin. It was like a town. We had a couple of townhouses. Whoever of our family was able to go went, and it was cute. It was gorgeous. Did some cold swimming, polar plunging, if you will, back and forth between the hot tubs. And there was this one pool that wasn't heated, and so we jumped back and forth between that. My grandma did that too. Grammy Slay. My mom did that. Most of my family did it. The family that went up there, and it was too funny and lots of fun. And I also went to buy like margaritas in the grocery store around us, and the girl was like, can I see your ID? And I was like, yeah, here. And she was like fully, I guess, sure, ready to be like, that's not real. And I was like, she's like, wow, really? Wow, you look so young. And I was like, that was too funny. Because she like looked like she was actually seeming like flabbergasted. Just like, what? Anyways, that was cute or whatever. I'm like, I am young. I am young. Anyways. But yeah, the family, it was great. They're like, my family is kind of wild. I have a big family. I have 6 brothers, if you didn't know. That's why when I said I went to the movies with one of my brothers, I said, yeah, one of them. Because I got 6 of them. I am an only girl. Like, that, baby, that should tell you a lot. It should, but it shouldn't, but it should. The girls that get it. The girls that don't need to know. But, yeah, my family is quite large. I've got 6 brothers, 5 older, 1 younger. The younger one is taller than me. I am the shortest, and he does try to act like he's older than me. He's lately been calling me his twin in him. He's like, what's up, twin? What's up, twin in him? What's up, twin? Like, we are not twins. He had our nephews, like, convinced for, I think they still slightly are. He had them convinced for a while, not a while, but a while, that we were actually twins, and they wouldn't believe me when I said otherwise, because they're like, Uncle Will said it. Therefore, it's fact. And I was like, that's not how that works. But they were like, yeah, duh. Anyways. But, because my family is so big, like I said before, there's a lot of personalities. We got a lot of ideas. We talk a lot. They say that I'm the talker, but we all talk. Talk. Also, we're from the north originally, so some people actually do sound, what are you talking about? Talk. Water. Anyways, those little things are so funny. But there was like different conversations I had with like my Grammy too about like love life and corporate life and different things of that sort too. I was trying to explain to her how like the newer generation, she's like, these corporations, nobody really wants to hire any of the people of the younger generations because you guys think like that. You guys think you don't have to work. You guys think you don't have to show up. I'm like, that's not true. We value life. We value living more than just working. We're not saying that y'all didn't value your lives. We just say that now that a lot of y'all are older, y'all are traveling, and a lot of y'all say, when we ask you questions, you're like, oh, what do you wish you did more when you were younger? A lot of them say travel. A lot of them say what I loved. A lot of them say what we're trying to do, which is live, love, laugh, and slay. Like how is that? You guys told us that you didn't get to do that when you were young. So we are trying to do it when we're young, and we're able-bodied for the most part, and we can get up and we can do the things. We don't have like kids already. Like we don't. And she said that by my age, she had already had a kid. And I'm like, I love that for you. But also I believe she met my grandpa when she was a teenager. I think they were both teenagers. He's a little bit older than her though. So it was a different time. But I'm just like, y'all told us that you didn't get to do those things. So we are trying to do those things. How are you going to get mad at us when we find out that we need to make money, but we also want to prioritize living while we're alive? We just want a livable wage. We just want to not. She was telling me, oh, well, when you do get that, you've just never had that corporate job yet. So like when you get that corporate job and you need to put in extra time and extra hours and you're not getting paid for, you're going to do it because you want to show your boss that you're able to be moved on upwards and whatnot. I'm like, whether I do that or not, whether my skill, whether my work ethic, whether I do that or not, they are going to promote who they want to promote in the end. Like, it's not like, oh, a point system. You stayed after 5 hours this week, so you get 5 extra points on your point card, and then you get to have that raise over somebody else. I see you working harder, so I'm obviously going to give you more money. That's not exactly how that works. Either way, I'm still a black woman in the US of A, and if it's me doing above and beyond compared to if it's me doing above and beyond compared to a stereotypical white male doing absolutely mediocre work, we still live in USA. Not the USA. We still live in a society in general that promotes and seems to idealize stereotypical white male. So if he's doing nothing and I'm doing everything for both of us, he's still likely to be promoted. It's going to be his name that's shiny. For the most part, I'm still a black woman in this world currently, and yeah, don't know what to tell you. That's what it is. That's what it feels like. I've been in a lot of different spaces, and I've talked to a lot of different people, and I've done a lot of different things. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm not saying that my mind might not change in the next few years, the next few months. But I'm like, currently, this is what I've seen. This is what I've witnessed. This is the stories that I've been told, like, from people. Like, this is from the conversations that I've had. Like, that's how it is currently. And I'm like, I don't really want to work in a corporation and that doesn't allow me to live a life that I would like to lead in the first place. Like, I don't anticipate myself staying after late to work, especially if I'm not getting paid. Ooh, why? Who? Huh? I got other stuff I'd like to do. Maybe I'd like to sit and scroll on Instagram. Maybe I'd like to sit and watch a little movie. Maybe I'd like to sit and eat a little popcorn. Like, whatever I want to do in my free time is my free time. Like, excuse me. And she just didn't understand that. Or she didn't understand that. It's like, she was like, she said, your mind's going to change as soon as you get your corporate job. And I'm like, that's not true though. She's like, well, this is why these people would rather hire me over the newer generation and X, Y, Z and the third. And I'm like, that could also be because of the connections you've had. And yes, but also no, because there's new technologies and stuff nowadays. Like, yes, but also no. And I'm not saying that the corporate jobs are bad at all, but I'm like, Some of them do allow a lot of people to be like that weekend warrior if they're working the 9 to 5. Like, it's not bad. You make good money. You're able to live, but let's not idealize it. Let's not idealize the life opposite of it. But I'm saying a lot of people nowadays have also found that there are other ways of living a fulfilling life. Rather than, also, I was talking about my grandpa too. My grandpa, prior to them coming, he was like, oh, so you're nearing graduation. What are you going to do after graduation? I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, I don't understand how these young kids are starting in one place and then like hopping to another place after 5 years and they're just not staying. And I'm like, because different places offer different rates. And we've found that just because the other generations have been like loyal to a certain company for 40 plus years, that doesn't mean that the company's loyal to them. You get laid off after 40 years. What's the company doing for you then? Diddly squiddly squat? Are they helping you? Why they lay you off if you were so loyal? I know companies have different pay cuts too. Like, there's different things that go on more than just like, oh, people are people. But like, yeah. Yeah, that whole conversation, not even just the whole like genre of conversation is quite interesting, in my opinion. I feel like there's a whole like culture shift with jobs and working as well nowadays because there's so many different ways to work, especially now that we have the internet and social media so prevalent. It doesn't seem as necessary or as viable in a way to put yourself in a box and stay in that box for forever, like a hermit crab. Hermit crabs don't do that. Why did I say that? Do they? I don't know. I've never had a hermit crab. I've only had betta fish. And a cat. But, yeah, that's kind of that. Those were interesting conversations. If y'all have anything to weigh in on, feel free to comment, DM me, call me, beat me. Maybe don't call me. But DM me, comment on the video, comment. Do what you want to do. Just let me know. And be kind. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it, babes. But overall, I do love my grandparents. They're sweet as pie. And we had a really jolly old time. And the holidays are holidays, and people are people, and people are constantly different, and there's so many different minds and thoughts and ideas, and we need to accept people where they are. But by accepting people where they are, I don't just mean like, I find myself a lot of the times thinking and overthinking a lot of different like processes. I'm like, okay, how is this person acting one way when you can clearly see that it's going to affect some other person that way negatively, and then we're all going to be screwed? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And I'm looking at like things like that from like an outsider's point of view, but not really an outsider, but also being actively present in that moment. And I'm like, 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4. If you see that person's at -2, why are you jumping down somebody else's throat when you obviously know what the outcome's going to be? I find myself like analyzing a lot of situations like that. Like, let me think. So, oh my gosh. So, again, with like, okay, let's say that it's me. No. Let's take my nephew and my niece. So, my niece looking at my nephew in the back of the car, and he's about to blow a freaking gasket. He's freaking fuming at the head because she took something from him and he can't get it back. He's asking for it back, not getting it back. She goes, sticking out her tongue or whatever, to him as she was granted access to his thing, his toy, by whoever was in charge. And she's like, see, I got it anyway. And then he can't reach over and yank it back because he's going to get in more trouble, even though it was his to begin with. See, now me thinking over that situation, I would think, girly pop, you already got what you wanted. Why are you going to keep on nagging if you already know that it's going to make so-and-so upset? Make it make sense. 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4. If you see that he's at -2 and you just want to put 2, you're going to have just 0. But if you see he's at -2 and you put 4, you'll have 2. Do you know what I mean? Like another example, yesterday my mom was happy-go-lucky. We picked her up from getting dinner with a friend, and she's in the car, and my brother is like mad about we didn't book the movie early enough. We're gonna be sitting next to people. I'm like, we're gonna be sitting next to people regardless. It's a new movie. If we want to get good seats, we'll be up in the back, and other people are gonna want to be up in the back too. We're gonna be sitting next to people regardless. What are you gonna do? Buy the whole row? Anyways, he's upset we didn't buy the seats early enough or whatever. Blah 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 blah. She's just like, lie I do in the car. I'm like, okay, it's raining. My brother's upset, and he's also the driver. So I'm like, ma'am, just pipe down for 2.2 seconds. Like, how are you not seeing that you continually asking questions about the situation is gonna make him more upset, and he's also the one driving in this rain and it's dark. I'm like, to me right there, I was like, why is she not thinking of that and just for 20 minutes, we're almost home, but also I was thinking, well, why she got to overthink that situation like that? That doesn't make no sense. Why am I overthinking that? Why does she have to think that way? Why can't people just balance people out and like be responsible for their own emotions? Why am I trying to take on the responsibility of somebody else's thoughts and emotions and overthink the situation in order to appease them? Why do I assume that somebody else has to also be doing the appeasing? Hey, yo, did I just have a breakthrough? Because I'm like, I understand also that not everybody thinks like I do. I'm a little quirky. But I'm like, in that moment, it took me another moment to also be like, that doesn't really make sense as to why people have to overthink what other people are thinking. So again, going back to the you have to meet people where they are. That doesn't mean that you have to take on all that responsibility of yourself and implement it so that they are appeased, so that they are always comfortable. That's not what that means, vibes. Meeting people where they are means meeting them where they are. And if you can't control the situation, if it has nothing to do with your actions, your active actions, back it up. It's okay to back it up because it's not your responsibility. It's really not. It's really not, babes. It's really not. Stop trying to act like it is. It's really not. So, yeah. As we continue with this, As we continue to go on to this holiday season, let's try to keep that kind of in mind. I say that for you and I say that for me because obviously I need that. Why am I trying to take on the responsibility of somebody else's thoughts and emotions in order to appease them? I'm not a mother. Even as a mother, do I look like a blank slate to you? Do I look like that's my responsibility? Babes, no! Oh my gosh, but all that to say, I do love my family, but keep in mind to meet people where they are, and let's not try to put our ideas of how people should behave and act onto them when that's really just your own personal idea. It's not theirs. So why we gotta put it on them if it's not theirs? Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, party people, let's go ahead and get into our next topic of conversation. We're going to talk about a little bit about let's let's just do the Games of Hunger, the Hunger Games. It was a cute little movie, but also at the same time, like, that's insane. Like, everything that happened. It wasn't, like, the best movies, but, like, it was for sure a prequel to, like, what all else had happened. It was cute. The characters were cute or whatever, but yeah. It does give a good backstory, though. Not gonna lie. But if you haven't seen it, you want to go see it. If you really need to see it in theater, if you want that experience, go ahead, do it, slay. But if you don't need to see it in person, or not in person, if you don't need to see it in theater, I was just waiting until it comes out on like Disney Plus. Or is it on Disney Plus? Would it be on Disney Plus? I think it'd be on HBO Max. Whichever the streaming services are, if you have those streaming services. Because that would be like a good evening watch as well, in my slight opinion. Especially if you were into the Hunger Games when they first came out, the books and all, like I was. But yeah, I wrote this like, I guess, poem. I write a lot when I need to process my thoughts. I really do write a lot. So like I said before, and I'll say it again, if I ever write a book, it will likely be like in the winter months. I should just start putting like my poetry together as a book anyway, because my poetry is really cute and I like my poetry, and like I said, it's really cute. So I've titled this poem The Games of Hunger. Give me a second, hold on, I need some water. The Games of Hunger. It is my responsibility, and mine alone, to take care of my humanity. My humanity is to be true to this human, this heart space, this brain. There is a capacity. I choose to be light, to carry so little, to be fair to my mind, to allow what floats me to rise and exile what may cause my demise. It is my responsibility, and mine alone, to take care of this vessel that I call home. The Games of Hunger shows no mercy when you hunger to control what is not yours. What is yours lies in your soul, the heart, and the body whole. The Hunger Game, the Games of Hunger, misleads. It strays. A want for something that disarrays. We are not here for hate, for claim, for stakes. We are here to breathe, to live, to play. The Games of Hunger tells us to fight, lose flight, and stay where our souls turn gray. Everyone is like this. This is the world, they say. But it is a choice, one I make today. The Games of Hunger will not tame me. Scars will heal and scabs will fade. The Games of Hunger will not jade me. I will carry my heart away. The Games of Hunger may be here to stay, but not in me, for I am humane. Snaps. Snaps for the artiste, snap for the writer. If that resonated with you in any type of way, please do let me know. I really like to write, dudes. I really do. It's really cute. Like I said, I saw the Hunger Games last night, and I wrote this at like 1 a.m. or something. No, we got home. Yeah, like 1 a.m. or something after we got home. And I just feel like the Hunger Games is too true to how the society is today. Like, one of my besties sent me a message about how one of her favorite artists sent X million dollars over to the Gaza. And I'm like, if that's not if that's not trying to, if that's okay, hold on. I told my mom this morning. I was like, we're literally watching a war on television. Like, we're literally watching a war, and how is the people that are quote unquote on top supplying the side that they believe, that they feel, supporting a specific side or specific peoples by sending them gifts in monetary value? Not the same thing as being with the Hunger Games, that the kids being in the arena getting sent gifts in hopes that they'll win. How is that not the same? How is that not the same? Please do tell me. Mind you, I'm not saying sending funds and everything is wrong, and I'm not saying that the homies need help over there, because our government doing this one, sending stuff to people that I tell me why am I freaking no. Anyways, but like, I'm like, it's giving the same vibes. How is it not giving the same vibes? It's giving the same vibes. Is it not? Is it? It is. It really much is, because we're watching it happen. Granted, we're not watching it for sport. We're not watching it for entertainment. But we're, at least I'm not. I don't know about the rest of the world, babes, but I'm not. But I'm like, it's literally giving the same vibes. You can't tell me it's not. Like, I'm sorry, what? And then, like, there's a lot of different things. You cannot control what people are going to say. You cannot control what other people are going to do, but you cannot control how it affects you. How you want it to affect you. I don't want to be mean. I want to be soft, and I want to be happy, and I want to be just a freaking fairy, babe. But, like, there's a lot of stuff around that, like, can make you feel just so minuscule, unimportant, unexciting. I also wrote something on excitement, but I wrote it on my telephone and I did not email it to myself so I could read it off my not my iPad, my laptop. But I'm exciting, you're exciting, we're exciting people for just being people. Not everything's supposed to be so filled with adrenaline all the time. But I just want to be a person. Happy, go lucky. I understand happiness is not always supposed to be, and seems unattainable at times, but I'm ultimately just trying to live, laugh, love, and slay. Because that's what I feel I'm here for. I don't want to fight. I don't want to be arguing. I don't want to be... And so much discontentment, like, more often than not, like, I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to be. Is that too much to ask for? Is that too much to ask for? Not even ask for. Is that too much to strive for? I'm just trying to be out here. Live, laugh, love, and slay. But, yeah, that's that for the Hunger Games. It was a cute movie. But I wouldn't exactly recommend going to a theater and seeing it unless you really want to. If you want to, then slay. If you don't, also slay. Alright, party people, let's go ahead and get into our ultimate last, I guess, sector of this podcast episode. It's been quite long. Like, I think we're already at, like, 30 minutes already. Typically, they end at 30 minutes. Anyways, this last little portion is going to be about delusion. Delulu. Delulu is the solulu, is what the girlies are saying, or have been saying. And I'm like, I understand that, and I get that, and I'm about to just kind of catapult myself into such a state, I guess, of delusion. um to allow myself to live the happy-go-lucky type of like I will figure things out some way type of lifestyle that I kind of want to live. Like, I just want to be. And I think I'm going to throw myself kind of into such a delulu that I'm helping myself just be. And I was chatting with Sami about that. It's barely like this morning. My morning, her afternoon, something like that. I have to hurry up though, because I do have to go to work soon. But in general, about like delulu being the solulu, and I feel like I was also talking about this in the last pod episode, delulu being such the solulu, and it really just is, vibes. It is at this point, because if you take too many things to heart and you don't have just like a woo about some certain things, you gotta be stuck, vibes. I'm gonna be stuck carrying things I don't want to carry. We're not finna do that. We're not taking that into 2024. It's better be 2024. I'm about to graduate college. 2024, finna graduate college. Anyways, but golly, even that's wild. Shoot. That being delulu, like not even delulu, but yes, delulu. Like, I'm graduating college in May, when in reality I have like a class or two to finish in the summer. In the summer, I should be walking in May, and in my mind, I'm walking in May because I'm walking in May. My mom told me I have no choice. Walking where? Across the stage in San Antonio, Texas, because slay. And that's getting me through the semester. That's getting me through the next semester. That's getting me through these courses, baby. Baby. But, yeah, that's gonna get me through this exam that I have that's due. Is it due Sunday? Yeah, it's due Sunday. I have to double check that, because I believe it's due Sunday. Anyways, delulu is the solulu. It is, in my mind, it is getting done, and I am passing it because I'm passing that class currently. Slay. And yeah, delulu has to be the solulu at this point. I'm like desperate. Feeling a wee bit desperate there. Yeah, for a solution. Because otherwise, what am I gonna do? Sit and wallow? Been there, done that. Not the vibes. So we're opting for delusion. And with this delusion, I am a CEO of a successful startup and going around with Go Round. If you don't follow me on Instagram if you don't follow goround.app on Instagram, you should totally check it out. We are a travel app specifying in the train transportation sector, and to be launching in Portugal, one way or another, because babes, my delusions are there, and my delusions say that like I can do a proper British accent, yeah, slay, and that like I'm a CEO of a successful startup company, and it's going swell, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, the journey and everything that we can come up with it. And what else? That I'm graduating with a whole college degree, and the podcast is doing really well, and we're traveling and moving to Spain. That's all in my mind. Yeah, thanks so much for listening. Love y'all. And yeah, thank y'all so much for being here, allowing me to do the things, and like I said, love y'all to the moon and back. Besitos. But before we go for real, I need a song of the episode. I already used The Age of Worry. I think that the song of this episode, hold on, give me just a wee second there. Maybe this will be the song of the episode. Ready? My name is Caitlin, and I am cool. Right now you're listening to the This Girl Thinks podcast. The This Girl Thinks podcast. The This Girl Thinks podcast. This Girl Thinks podcast. We're gonna do my top song from the Spotify Wrapped, and I don't know what that song is off the top of my head. So I am on the Spotify website. My top song of the year, Someone New. The song of the episode, Someone New by Hozier. It was my top song of the year on my Spotify Wrapped. So slay. So slay. That song makes me feel like a princess of sorts. My laptop is still trying to sing. Anyways, love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. If you haven't been able to tell by now, I am trying to post and record vlogs once every 2 weeks. Not vlogs. Vlogs and podcast episodes once every 2 weeks. So this week we have a pod, and next week we'll have a vlog. Slay. Anyways, again, love y'all. Bye. Bye.